Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new daily vlog. I'm starting fresh-faced, albeit I always think I look a little bit strange when I've got no makeup on, but I've obviously got my lash extensions done, so I look like I've got makeup on, but I don't. That was really interesting. Blue skies today. It's scheduled to be blue skies tomorrow as well, and I've actually just been unboxing some deliveries, and I have been sent some really gorgeous spring pieces from some of my favourite fashion brands. So I'm just generally in a really good mood, so I thought I would do a little get ready with me while we have a chat catch up. I recently, yesterday in fact, I went to a place called Linnean, which is in Vauxhall, and I had a glow facial there, and I feel like my skin really needed it. The facialist, she was so lovely, it was so relaxing. She said that my skin just drank in all the ingredients because it was so thirsty. So it's safe to say that from the flying and from the trip, my skin is a little bit dehydrated, so I'm just kind of making sure that everything that I pop on it today is gonna be lovely and hydrating for my skin. As we come to spring, I just want to be lovely and glowing, as I always do. I always want my skin to be glowing. So I've just put on the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Primer. Obviously this needs no explanation with that name. Hyaluronic is super hydrating. It helps the skin to hold on to moisture, literally locking the moisture into your skin, which is great because otherwise, whether your skin is dry or dehydrated, your skin will literally drink any moisture from whatever you put on next. So say your concealer or your foundation is really lovely and hydrating. If your skin is dry, it will drink it all in and essentially leave your makeup a little bit patchy, which is not what we want. So a really nice hydrating primer is essential, especially if whether it's the central heating that's making your skin a little bit dry and dehydrated, going out in the cold and then coming into the warm, or if like me you've just been on a flight. Sticking with the theme of hydration, I'm using, and you may have seen me raving about this on my Instagram stories, this is brand new from By Terry. I actually got a bit of a sneak peek from this. I was able to try it a couple of weeks before it came out. I think it's been out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. So it's the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Foundation. This is SPF 30, which is fantastic. Obviously it's great to have as much protection as possible from UV damage. I feel like that's such an Instagram tutorial way of applying your foundation, but I have been incredibly grateful for this foundation lately because, as I said, my skin just needs as much moisture as possible. It's really build all coverage. I'm probably going to do a fairly high amount of coverage today because I do actually have quite a few blemishes. I think from where I've just been eating a lot of rubbish food lately. I've not been very good to myself when it comes to drinking enough water. I felt like I was quite good on holiday, but I've not been that good since I've got back, and I've definitely not been eating well. I had a pizza for my lunch yesterday, which is not ideal, so I do need to use this foundation to build up a little bit of coverage. As you can see, my skin tone is actually a teeny bit darker than this foundation at the moment, but I do always think it's better to build up your colour with your bronzer as opposed to going for a foundation that doesn't match your skin tone. So this foundation is a vegan formula. As you can guess, again from the name, it is super duper hydrating. Your skin is literally flooded with moisture from when you apply it. Speaking of moisture, I'm just going to pop on some lip balm. By the way, the sponge that I'm using to apply this is also from By Terry. As you can see, it is quite well loved and well used. It was a perfect baby pink colour, but I've been using it every day. It's perfect because it doesn't absorb too much of the product, so the product ends up on your skin as opposed to in the sponge, and it's got a really good like teardrop shape, and then it's got this flat side as well, which I find perfect for makeup application. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more foundation because, as I said, I do want a little bit more coverage today. This is incredibly buildable, so if you just want to add up a little bit more coverage in certain areas, then you can leave it really light. I would say it's almost as light as a BB or CC cream if you just pop a little bit on, but then you can build it up to a beautiful high coverage foundation as well. Because of the formula with the hyaluronic acid, it's fantastic at plumping out the skin, so if you are concerned with any fine lines, wrinkles, things like this foundation is fantastic for that. I feel like they've just worked so hard on this formula. It's got light reflecting particles in there as well, so as you can see, even on my really dry skin, it's giving me almost like a lit from within glow. So it can sometimes be quite hard to get that balance right between skin looking glowing glowing and looking shiny. We don't want to be shiny, so By Terry have developed what's called a skin fit technology, which helps to maintain the shine so you're not going to be looking shiny in places that you don't want to. And the technology also keeps the foundation formula really lovely and lightweight, so it's just super comfortable on the skin. It's also really lovely in long wear as well, so whether you've got a full day at work, all day long. I'll be putting it to the test today. I'm not going to top up my makeup throughout the day so we can see how this lasts, just giving you the most flawless complexion all day long. So now I need to add in a little bit of warmth. I am going to apply some bronzer. This bronzer in particular is mineral based, so again I'm just choosing products which are going to be good for my skin, nothing that's going to dry it out. You'll notice when your skin is dehydrated, sometimes if you use a foundation that's not hydrating, then any powder products that you put on afterwards can end up looking really patchy. But I find when I use this foundation, anything that I put on over the top just looks absolutely incredible because you've created such a lovely even base for everything that you put on over the top. I often find that bronzer is the step that I feel like myself after I've applied it. I just need a little bit of colour in my complexion. Next I'm going to move on to brows, and I've actually started to use more brow powder recently. I think because I really struggled to find a brow pencil that didn't make my brows look too dark. Ooh, was that your tummy, Dickie? I just thought I would say hello with my Tintin since he snuck upstairs. His tummy's making all kinds of funny noises this morning. We tried him on a new dog food last night and they seem to really like it because they wolfed it down. Look how he's just resting his head on my hand. He's such a lover. Dexy's here too! Hello, my big one. I'm going to get puppy hair all over Mummy's new dress, but Mummy doesn't mind because she loves her too. Tough morning so far, my Plexi. Where was I? Yes, so I've been using a brow powder because I find it looks a little bit more natural. This is my essential tool. It's from Benefit, although all the writing is rubbed off on it. It's got a spoolie on one side, so I just brush my brow hair up. I probably should look at getting my brows microbladed again because they're so gappy. And then this is a palette designed by myself. So in Selfridges you can go to the By Terry counter, which is on the ground floor towards where the stationery used to be, in the beauty hall. Ooh, I forgot to put my ring on. You know, where they have, yeah, it used to be where like the greeting cards were, but it's now all beauty. So you can go and design your own palette. I wanted to have a palette with a really lovely selection of blush shades. In fact, I'll pop my blush on now. I put a few rose gold pigments in with this blush, but I wanted it to be a really lovely natural shade, and you can see it's just got the most gorgeous glow to it. And then I also wanted some shades which were a little bit grey undertone that would work really well for my brows, but obviously all of these powders are very multifunctional, so you could use them as eyeshadow bases, which I do as well. You could even use it as a bronzer. And then while I've got it here, I'm actually going to use the lighter shade. You can see I blended together 3 different browny neutral tones for that one section. So I would definitely recommend going to check this place out in Selfridges. Some of the circles I just chose a plain colour. The blush one I put in some rose gold pigments to get that little bit of highlight. And then this one I wanted the choice between 3 different eyeshadows slash brow shades. So I'm very, very pleased with this palette. This is just almost like a caramelly skin tone shade, and I, as you probably know by now, don't like to do anything too wild with my makeup. I like it to look pretty natural, but this is just the perfect eyeshadow shade for kind of evening out my eyelids. When I've got lash extensions on, I don't really feel like I need to do much more than that, to be honest. Glossier Boy Brow, just to finish the brows off. And then to be honest, I feel like I'm almost there. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more highlight just to really emphasize the glow today. This is from Chantecaille. Unfortunately, it is completely broken, but still usable. And now I just need to do something with my hair. I'm almost embarrassed to show you. My hair at the moment, because I didn't blow dry it after showering, is just in an absolute state. So I'm probably just going to use... Actually, it doesn't look that bad on the camera, but it's at the top because I need it colouring as well. My roots are pretty bad at the moment, so yeah, I don't really want to part it because then you can see where my roots need doing. So maybe because it's sunny, I'll just leave it down and wild. I'm probably going to run through it with a GHD Glide just to take some frizz out. Ooh, lipstick. Do you know what? I need to drink some more water this morning, so I'm not going to do my lipstick until I'm actually ready to leave the house. This was also in my blogger mail recently, very kindly sent over from Corksicle. Very clever design, actually. So the bottom half is an insulated cup, so it keeps your water nice and cool, but then it's actually, your water is in glass, and obviously glass is more, I think it's hypoallergenic. So having this just lying around the house while I'm working keeps me a bit more hydrated. Look where my Dexy is. This boy is always looking for the sunshine. Have you found a little sunny corner, my boy? Have you found somewhere to put your snout in the sunshine? You're so like your mummy when it comes to loving the sun. Look at that smile. Look at that smile! You're so glossy and handsome. I just adore you. I like the sunshine too, mummy. But I get a little bit hot sometimes. I get hot and bothered. Look at my snout. I've got a nice snout too, mummy. But mine's better. Look at that cheeky smile. Oh, my boys. So, as per usual, excuse the mess behind, but this is the dress. Obviously, I literally just got it out of a postal bag, so it's pretty creased up, but on the beach, this would just be absolutely gorgeous. I would probably even undo a button or two hanging over my shoulder nonchalantly, but I really love the bow. The fact that it ties with a bow, it really does need an iron. Because it's linen, obviously it is going to crease, so I'd recommend, if you are taking this on a holiday, leave it in the bathroom, hang it up as soon as you get there, leave it in the bathroom so that the steam can soften the creases while you shower. And then I definitely recommend taking a steamer with you on holiday. That's one thing that I did take to the Maldives, and I was very glad I did. I have been also loving wearing this necklace lately, so pretty. So yeah, this is a full length of what I've been wearing this morning. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a try on and maybe shoot some Instagram stories, because I do have some gorgeous new bits from the high street as well, which would be nice to share. Natural tan is still looking good. I actually had to do a really good scrub in the shower this morning, because later on today I'm getting laser hair removal and you're not allowed to be tan, so I was like manically trying to scrub off as much tan as possible, but it's still looking quite good. I also put on, Charlie went to an event, in fact let me show you. This was my breakfast. Charlie went to an event with Neutrogena yesterday morning, and he got one of these in his goodie bag, and I have to say it is absolutely incredible. It says 48 hours moisturization, fast absorbing body lotion, and I feel so hydrated. My skin has got a really nice glow to it from being lovely and hydrated, and it was really fast absorbing. So yeah, I'm very impressed with that. It's Norwegian formula by Neutrogena. Next little dress from my try on session, and how adorable is this? I've popped it on with my little shoes from Dune. They are the kind of Bottega dupes. The dress itself is, oh my goodness, I feel like I want to book a summer holiday just so I can wear this. It's not quite warm enough here in the UK just yet for little dresses, but you know when you just know something is going to sell out straight away and you can't resist getting it now because it's just so gorgeous for summer. This really reminds me of a Zimmermann dress. If I can find the one, I'll pop it on the screen here, but this is from the high street, so a fraction of the price. Really beautifully made as well. I really like the details. It's got little cutouts, not sure if you can see in the sunlight, but yeah, these are cutout detail, two little ruffles down at the bottom, beautifully fitted around the bodice, and then puff sleeves. I also really like the fact that it's more of a shirt style collar, just takes away a bit of the femininity, so balances it out really nicely. I probably wouldn't wear a belt with this, but I think it looks, I just think it looks so expensive, but it's not. I love it when this happens, when a high street piece is just ticks every box. I just said the same on my Instagram stories, but I feel like if this dress was on Revolve, like say if this was Marjorelle or Lovers and Friends, this would be a $400 dress. Revolve, honestly, it blows my mind. Like sometimes look at something and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but then I look at the fabric compilation and it's $300 for 100% polyester, which is just mind-blowing. But yeah, if this was a Revolve dress, it would be hundreds of dollars, but it's a fraction of that. So yeah, very pleased with this. I think it looks really cute with these shoes, so I'll leave it linked down below as I'm I'm sure many of you will love it as much as I do. All right, I've just put my dressing gown back on because I want to film a fashion TikTok. I'm really trying to do more. In fact, I've not checked my TikTok since I announced in last night's video on YouTube that I was on TikTok. So let's see if I've actually gained any followers. I had 112 before. Ooh, 288, not bad. So 170 something more of you have joined, which is great, but I mean 288 is pretty low. Maybe it'll jump up when I start doing some fashion content, we'll see. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna try and film a fashion TikTok now. I've seen people doing this really cool thing where they like throw the clothes on the bed and then snap and then they're wearing it. So yeah, we're gonna give that a go. I've got all my clothes here, and accessories, necklace. Do I need a tripod to keep it in the same place? No, I think it'll be quite easy. I'm gonna try filming it in TikTok. Okay, let's give this a go. Okay, so I filmed it so far within TikTok, so now I need to go to the mirror in my bedroom to film the last bit. This is such an experiment. My first proper fashion TikTok. Okay, I'm actually quite pleased with how this came out. Let me just wait till it restarts and then I'm gonna show you. Okay, I don't know if I can put a filter on it. S1, that's quite nice. Yeah, I like that. Now let's add some text. Okay, the TikTok is posted. I've also just shared it to my Instagram stories, so hopefully some of my Instagram followers might come over and follow me, because I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit embarrassing that I've got 200 followers on there. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish getting myself ready to go out now. I'm gonna try and do something with my hair, and I'll catch up with you when I'm in town a little bit later on. Okay, darlings, it's a little bit later. If you can hear a humming in the background, it is the IPL laser hair removal machine. I have just had my second session here at the Pulse Light Clinic, hence why I still had my very trendy goggles on. Honestly, I could not recommend this treatment enough. I've only had 2 and I'm already seeing a huge difference in the hair, or lack of, in my underarms and my bikini area. And lots of people think that if you are fair-haired you can't get it done, but in certain areas where your body hair is a little bit darker than your skin tone, or noticeably darker than your skin tone, then it's absolutely fine. So it's definitely worth coming to get a patch test, because since my first session I have had to shave my underarms a grand total of twice, which is amazing how quickly it's working. The lady said that not everyone's works quite as quickly, but I just seem to have taken to it really well. So I've been here a grand total of 5 minutes and we've done everything. There were certain areas around the bikini line that we couldn't do, because obviously I have been exposed to the sun lately in the Maldives, and that is a big no-no, because you cannot have any tan on your skin, whether that's fake or real. So I will just have an extra session for those areas we couldn't do today, but very, very easy. I had a meeting just now at Bernard's Tavern, which was great, but the company, the girls said that they are not going to be doing any more meetings now until the virus settles down a little bit, because they've been told to work from home, which is a bit scary. This might be one of the last days I come into London for a little while. I think it's just not worth the risk. Obviously I'm doing everything I can to be as safe as possible, but I'm just going to nip into a few stores now, and then I'm heading into De Beers. I will update you on why I'm there a little bit later. So I have 30 minutes until I need to be at De Beers, my ring appointment, so I thought I would nip into Zara, because I have seen that their new spring collection has launched. Oh my goodness, lots of pastels. So let me see if there's anything worthy of a purchase. So this is giving me major Zimmermann vibes. You know how much I love anything broderie anglais. Oh my goodness, this would be a really gorgeous little beach cover up as well. Okay, so time for a little update. I think I last spoke to you before I went into Zara, but as soon as I got my camera out, the security chap came over and swiftly told me that we weren't allowed to film in there. So I got a bit told off, but I have bought a few things, so I might do a bit of a Zara haul. I'm not too sure if I've bought enough to warrant a haul, but maybe. If not, I will show you the pieces when I get home. Just nipped in to De Beers, as I mentioned I was going to, because my beautiful engagement ring, I have been wearing it non-stop. I literally never ever take it off, and it's got a little bit misshapen. It actually really shaped itself to my finger, and when I was speaking to the lovely Annabelle at De Beers, she said it might be from yoga, because when we're doing yoga we're obviously pressing our hand down with quite a force, like our full body weight, and because the ring metal is quite soft, it can actually alter the shape of the ring. So I have basically had to leave my ring there. They are going to be fixing it for me, and I have a replacement ring at home which I will show you that I'm going to be wearing until it is done. I'm not too sure how long it's going to be, but hopefully not too long. But the replacement ring is a pretty good dupe of my engagement ring, so I'll show you that when we get back. Now I'm off for a facial. So there is an event with Foreo going on at the Four Seasons Hotel, so I'm just making my way there now, and I will catch up with you over there.
I think I told you not to trust her. She's all about that game. Don't go and fall in love with that girl. She will only cause you pain. Don't think she loves you, she don't mean it. Just look the other way. She's coming at you, you better run before she leaves your heart in vain. She is cold as ice, deep blue sea you can't swim in. Better think twice before you dive into that water. What you gonna do when the game is over? When you realize she is not the one, you better put on your socks, your game face on, and I don't give a damn if you're ready or not. Oh, we will start on something new, cause the game is over. Nothing left to do when all is said and done. I said put on your socks, your game face on, and I don't give a damn if you're ready or not.
Oh, hello darlings, back home again. Gosh, when did I last talk to you? So I just got a taxi back from the Four Seasons Hotel where I had a mini facial with Foreo. So they were showing me, because I've had one in my wardrobe, in my drawers for ages, but I've never used it, the Foreo UFO. It's like a little round device with kind of like a metal plate on it, which can heat up, it can vibrate, and it can go to -5, so it's like a cryo technology that you can use at home. So amazing for letting your skincare work a little bit harder. But the facial was so relaxing. I had the acai berry mask applied and massaged into my skin, and my skin feels great, so very, very happy with that. Obviously not got any makeup on now. I was just going to tie my hair up, put my pajamas on, and do some work from home for the rest of the afternoon. It's about 4:30 now. I've been watching the news and talking to so many friends about the coronavirus. I feel like today, it's currently the 12th? Yeah, 12th of March. I feel like today everything has got so much more serious. I've had jobs cancelled, I have had long-term collaborations cancelled. I think companies are just being really cautious, no one really knows what's happening. Companies that sell to foreign markets, obviously, which is most companies, they are finding it's impacting them greatly. I was meant to be hosting an afternoon tea with a travel company next week. That's obviously just been cancelled. So yeah, it's really hitting us hard today. I'll show you what I've got in my handbag. Obviously I'm being as careful as possible. I was wearing gloves today to try and remind myself not to touch my face, and I think it worked. And then I've got what is normally my aeroplane hygiene bag. I've got this with me, so I've got little antibacterial wipes, which I'm mostly using for my phone. I've got the Ecova wipes. They are antibacterial, but they are biodegradable wipes, and the antibacterial within it is less chemically, just because I want to be obviously as safe as possible. I don't want to start using a ton of chemicals, so that's what's in there. And then obviously I've got loads of different hand sanitizers. Unfortunately, I ran out of my favourite one, which is from Neil's Yard Remedies. That was my absolute favourite because, again, it's 99.9% natural and it smelt amazing, but obviously that's sold out, so I'm using this Carex one, which is quite moisturising, so I'm literally applying that every 5 minutes, it feels like. But yeah, so it's just a weird time. No one really knows what's going on. I definitely don't want to be going into central London for the foreseeable future because, I mean, I love conspiracy theories, but the conspiracy theories of this virus are pretty petrifying. So yeah, who knows? We could just be seeing a load of quarantine isolation vlogs from now on. Pretty scary, but I want to show you. Obviously I feel really naked because I don't have my engagement ring on. I handed it back to the girls at De Beers. It's going to take 8 weeks, and obviously I don't want to be ringless for 8 weeks, so I planned ahead because I didn't even want to be ringless for one day. Let me show you what I'm going to be wearing instead. So as you may know, last year I was an ambassador for Pandora, and during my many visits to the store I discovered that they have a ring which is, I don't know if you can see it that clearly there, but pretty much a fantastic dupe for my ring. Looks very similar indeed. It's even got the halo around the outside. Obviously my real engagement ring is diamond, whereas this is cubic zirconia, but they also, I'm just going to put it on to show you, as well as the ring that you just saw, they also have this one, which is very similar indeed, but actually the gem is bigger. So this is the ring. It is the exact same style as mine, and then they also have this little kind of like crown, which I thought looked really pretty underneath. So it's actually a bit more bling because I did want it to look quite noticeably different to my engagement ring, so it's not like I'm trying to pretend that I'm wearing my old one when actually I'm not. And I do quite like a little bit of bling on the engagement ring finger. So yeah, the two sit together like so. I actually think this ring, even just this one by itself, the camera is really struggling to show that to you in great detail, but it really is a beautiful ring. So that is what I am going to be wearing for the next 2 months, which is absolutely bonkers. I'm really sad to be without my ring for 2 months, and it's also a pretty expensive process getting my ring reset. So yeah, a bit of a bummer, but it's something that I've got to do because it's not really safe for it to be on my hand the way that it was. So yeah, that's what I'll be wearing as my temporary engagement ring for a little while. I have been really naughty and I've just put a pizza in the oven, and I've just heard the oven telling me that the temperature has reached, so I'm going to go down and be a little piggy. I know I should be being healthy with viruses going around, but I just have had a long day in town and I really want to have a pizza, so I'll catch up with you a little bit later. Good morning, my darlings. It is now the next day. Oh my goodness, sun's come out again. So since I last spoke to you, I've obviously I have been keeping obviously an eye on the news and on the recommendations for the virus, and I think to be safe I am going to be socially distancing myself as much as possible. So meant to be going to see mum today, but not going to do that, which is obviously a huge shame. I'm very close to my mama, and I just don't think it's worth the risk in case Charlie or I, having been out and about in central London, might have picked anything up. It might not be affecting us in visible ways, but it might be like within our system. So I just don't think it's a good idea to go and spend time with my mum, with Charlie's parents, with Charlie's grandparents. And also Charlie's sister has just got back from her travels in Cambodia, Vietnam and those kind of places. So yeah, playing it safe. So I'd really like to know what you guys think about me bringing forward my spring edit. Obviously I normally do the Fashion Mumblr seasonal edit at the beginning of each season. Spring actually technically starts on Thursday. I was going to do my spring edit the next week to coincide with payday, but I think that maybe everyone just needs a little bit of cheering up and we need something to watch, and I'm not going to be going out the house that much, so if the weather stays nice and bright like this, then I can do a lot more filming at home. So let me know what you think. If you like that idea, then I'll be doing a video every day for the, well, next week, maybe next couple of weeks, starting from Thursday, so let me know what you think. This morning I have been entertaining myself by doing another TikTok. So I did my hair with my Dyson Airwrap. I always get a lot of questions about that, so I thought it'd be a really good thing to do a little TikTok on, so I did that, and I'm quite pleased with how the edit came out. So yeah, again, if you're on TikTok, then please do give me a follow, because I really don't have very many followers on there at the moment, but I am putting in some effort. So for the rest of the day, I think I'm just going to plan some videos, hopefully shoot some stuff as well. I might do a wardrobe clear out video. It is very overdue that I do a beauty clear out. This table is such a mess, so I think I'll do a big collection slash clear out. But if you have got any video requests, then please let me know, because yeah, I'm going to be filming a lot while isolated here at home. I have already had quite a few jobs cancelled. All my trips have been cancelled, but like long-term projects have also been cancelled. So where you guys see any sponsored content, I would really appreciate your support with that, because they are going to be few and far between from now on. I've got a few which are already signed and sealed, which I've got yet to film and yet to share with you. But yeah, who knows what the future of this industry is going to be, with brands being so uncertain. So I'm going to continue to work my hardest to bring you content that I hope you enjoy. And if you do see any of my remaining ads, then I would be very grateful if you could support that, share them, comment, you know the drill. That would mean a lot to me. But anyway, the sun's just come out, as you might be able to tell from the beautiful bright background behind me. So I'm going to go downstairs, have a bit of a brainstorm and see what I can film today. Alright darlings, I have just finished filming I think my third video of the day. It's been quite productive, so I'm actually going to put my pyjamas back on. I just like to be comfortable. I would not recommend this if you're working from home. I would recommend investing in some nice loungewear, but I am actually going to carry on filming like a beauty collection slash beauty clear out, and I actually really like my pyjamas, so I'm going to put those on for that video. Honestly, every time I check my emails, it's something else being cancelled or another job getting pulled. It really is a little bit depressing. So yeah, please do let me know your video requests, things that I can film at home. Maybe styling videos, like how to style, I don't know, I mean, are people still going out in order to wear stuff, or are people just going to be living in like workout clothes and loungewear for the next few months? I really don't know, but please do let me know what kind of content you would like to see from me. It's better, as soon as I finish filming I have to get my hair out of my face. I am going to enjoy my lunch now and write down some video ideas in my notebook. I've already done spring 2020 trends. What do you guys think about a shoe collection? I don't know if that would be quite boring, but whenever I ask for video requests, I often see that. So let me know if you'd like to see that from me. Just heard the gate going, which means a postman is coming. So let's go downstairs and see what it is. I'll do a little unboxing for you. Here are my deliveries. I thought we could undo this one together. So this is something that I ordered a few days ago from the Outnet. Now, I don't know if you guys, how long you've been following me, but if you remember this photo on my Instagram that I shot during a trip that Charlie and I took to Dubai a couple of years ago, I was wearing this skirt. Sadly, at the time, it was just on loan from Net-a-Porter, but now I fell in love with it. I always wanted that skirt, but it was just beyond my price point, beyond what I was happy to pay for it. So then when I saw the skirt appear on the Outnet last week, I instantly added it to my basket. It is something that I have wanted for so long, and that will just be so beautiful in my wardrobe, so elegant. It is so timeless. So I am beyond thrilled that I finally have this gorgeous skirt in my wardrobe. I really have been lusting over this for so long. So this is something, yeah, that I ordered last week that has now arrived. Then we have some blogger mail bits over here. Edge of Ember is a jewellery brand that I absolutely love, and they have very kindly sent over their new bracelet. It's a really lovely fine chain, a really nice chain style, and then this necklace cluster. How pretty is that? This is exactly my like dream kind of jewellery. I think if I was to ever design my own jewellery, it would be very much along these vibes. So very, very grateful to Edge of Ember for sending that over. I'll leave it linked down below. From Ren, they have sent over their new night cream. This is anti-dark spot, which is really interesting, and I do actually have unfortunately, a new dark spot on my cheek after our holiday in the Maldives. Ren is a really nice brand. They're very environmentally conscious, really lovely clean ingredients. So I'm going to give that a go this evening. Looking forward to trying that out. And they've also kindly popped in a couple of minis. This is their daily AHA and one of their oil cleansers. And then last but not least, this is a set from Liz Earle. I was meant to be going to Soho House in White City for a cinema evening with them next Thursday, but unfortunately it got cancelled because of coronavirus. But they've so kindly sent the gift set anyway. This would be the most gorgeous Mother's Day gift. So inside you have got their cleansing essentials. You've got the cleanse and polish, the face cloth, the body cloth, or the like mitt, really good for exfoliating pre and post fake tan, cleanse and polish for the body, and a body lotion, all in this absolutely beautiful box, pink box. Everything is individually wrapped, so I'm not going to undo that now. I'm going to go downstairs, carry on being productive, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Oh my goodness. I cannot remember the last time I spoke to you, but I have been filming, I have been organising, decluttering, trying to think of new video ideas, things that I can film without obviously having anything new to show you, because we are not going to be going out shopping anytime soon. But I thought for the rest of this evening, it's about 6:30 now, so no more work emails, although I have to say they have been very quiet today. As I said earlier, just cancellations. Great, but I am just gonna try and be productive and clean my makeup brushes. I currently have about 10 layers of lip balm on. I have been trying out lots of my products while trying to have a bit of a clear out. I just clean my makeup brushes with normal soap and water, so nothing too fancy, but that's what I'm going to do for the next 20 minutes or so. I'm just going to pop on another BuzzFeed Unsolved. I'm addicted to listening to them at the moment. So I'm going to pop that on while I clean my brushes, then it's time for dinner, and then it's time for bed, which is all very boring. So I think I'm going to end this video here. The next video that you see from me hopefully will be on Thursday, and then I think I'm just going to try and upload as much as possible after that. So please do stay tuned. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below with what your current situation is. This is yeah, obviously a really scary time for everyone, so let's just keep on communicating, and I'm sending lots of love to you guys. Stay safe, please be sensible. If you are self-isolating, then hopefully there will be plenty of things you can do that are productive. You can do exercising from home, learn a new language, learn a new skill, have some clear outs, things like that. But yeah, let's stay strong, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, darlings.